it is good to identify with our diverse ethnic groups, in national matters, ethnicity leads to widespread exploitation and violence.
It can also lead us to national crisis of corruption, poverty, and underdevelopment.
You have a role to play because you are Nigeria, and Nigeria is you.
What must we do?
We must understand, promote, and preserve those values that ensure harmony and respect for one another. You are Nigeria, and Nigeria is you. This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA, with support from Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
Good morning, viewers. You're welcome to NOA River State Dialogue, the platform where we weekly, Friday, if you like, if you want to call it, sensitize, enlighten, reorientate, and educate the populace on government policies, program, and activities. And in doing this, we consciously get feedback so that government can work with those feedback to properly fine-tune those policies, program, and activities to suit the people even the more. The February 25th general election, the first lap, which is the presidential and the National Assembly, are just come and gone, but the sights and sounds are still very much around with us. Viewers, this morning we have crafted a topic to suit the purpose. 25th February general election, post-MORTEM. And so with me in the studio this morning, we have two amiable personalities who are more like family to the National Orientation Agency. On my immediate right, I have Mr. Frank ENE-AWAJI. It might interest you to know that he is a public policy analyst. Sir, my pleasure to have you once again in the studio.
Thank you so very much.
Welcome. And on my immediate left, I have an astute personality. He is no other person than Barrister HIGHERKING. It will also interest you to know that he is a human rights lawyer. Sir, once again, thank you. My pleasure.
Advocate.
Okay, human rights advocate. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Viewers, at this point, your comments are very, very important because it will add flesh to the entire gamut of discussion that we're going to have this morning. So keep them coming. My name is Abiy Sanibao. I am your anchor man for today. We are going to start on this note. How would you assess the just concluded election that took place on the 25th of February 2023, the presidential and the National Assembly elections?
To start with, the election is a huge disappointment. It's far from what we call democracy. It's far from what we close to 100,000 persons voted, registered to vote. Unlike when we used to have 40 million persons, close to 100 million registered to vote. At the end of the day, how many votes decided the presidency? It has never happened. It has always been 13, 14, 15 million, 13, but these are 8
massive donors. So what would be responsible for this multitude of votes?
Because of votes rigging, they threw away a lot of votes. Millions of votes were thrown away. Millions of votes was not accounted for. I can tell you that another place I saw the statistics is over 50, 60 million voted. People were disenfranchised, irrespective of the huge turnout for registration. At the end of the day, people turned. I can tell you that over 70 million, 80 million came out to vote. But a lot of people were disenfranchised. Those that voted, their votes, which is only 8 million out of, that's less than 10% of the registered voters. Less than 10% of the registered voters. If 95 or 100 million registered and 8 million, the part that one is dancing around the 8 million, that's failure. Less than 10%. And you want to come and rule 200 and something million persons. It's a big, huge failure. It's a shame. INEC should hide their faces in shame. I've never seen it before. We don't have a problem with rigging. You can rig, but this one you don't steal. And when you steal, you tell us to go to court. Let me tell you, any man, a thief that tells you to go to court is either his father, his mother, his uncle, his brother, is the judge, because he knows he will get judgment there. And for the Supreme Court and for the courts, I don't trust them when it comes to court, when it comes to electoral cases. I don't believe them at all. Supreme Court, I don't believe it. Court of Appeal, I don't believe them. At the tribunals that you are going to set up, I don't believe any of them at all. When it comes to electoral matters, when it comes to other cases, our courts are very, very good. They are very, very nice. When it comes to other matters, but when it comes to political matters, that is to say that politicians are the problems. Even INEC, I blame INEC, but I blame more of the politicians who ordered them, who instructed them, who aided them, who gave them money to do what they did. I know some of them may want to do something right, but the politicians will not allow them. That is a handicap. I agree, but at that point, you would have honorably resigned and said, I won't continue with this job if you will not allow me to do my job. We heard of a lecturer. Let me tell you, it was peaceful, the most peaceful, number one. I went round, I had a sticker, so I went round. Nobody would tell me I didn't go round. I went from local government, I went like 3 local governments. Port Harcourt, Obia, Oyibo, Okunkoro. I went round, I saw people coming out. There was no problem. Everybody massively voted. Now, some people get franchised by the issue of, oh, your name was not found, without knowing that the beavers have a particular number of surnames, like A to B or A to Y or A to O or A to N, depending on the beaver. Then whether it was deliberate or not, if you watch the video by OCJ Okocha, my former president of NBA, one time, is that, does it mean the INEC office official, the people that came to that unit, you don't know you have a second beaver, and from that way, a lot of people were disenfranchised. Then again, the beavers contain a lot of voters, and these voters are not able to, all of them, to be able to vote before the close of poll, because the poll was for 6 hours. They said 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. 6 hours or 7 hours, and that's the time for poll. Now I have calculated, if you are using 1 minute to accredit a voter to vote, 1 minute, just 1 minute, in 1 hour, how many voters will vote? 60. In 2 hours, 120. In 6 hours, 360. 6 times 6, 360 will vote in 6 hours or 7 hours or 400%. 1 minute, capture your face or use thumbprint, come out, carry the ballot paper, strike it, go out. It's 1 minute, so it's not impossible. So that again, we have to disenfranchise a lot of people, because the people that were on the queue, you won't stay endlessly. You won't stay till the wee hours of the night. For a unit that have maybe 1 million or 500, I don't know how many they program per beaver. That should be looked into. Let us know so that we know the amount of people allocate time, and this time should not be spread across. I just told you 1 minute is 60% will vote in 1 hour, and me and you know that it's not possible 60% to vote in 1 hour. It's impossible. What about 20% in total was a big failure. So everybody calm down, thinking, oh, all is well, because there was no violence. We were told, oh, they are going to, they deceived us. That's another thing again. INEC deceived us, gambled us, took us, because they said they are going to.
Let's round it up for let's just round it up for now, so that we can. But coming from your own perspective, I just want you to, look at it from your own perspective, and then when you do that, also go, to provide answer to us, concerning this question. Where the rules? Where the rules and the laws adhered to in this presidential and national assembly election?
But came on board to convince Nigerians the issue of our 2023 elections, which will help us to have the best election in the history of Nigeria. And BIVAS was a product of law, the 2022 amended electoral acts, which Nigerians believed, with this BIVAS, because I convinced Nigerians that with BIVAS, nothing will frustrate, will truncate the expectations and franchise that everybody that comes must vote, and that politicians will not have access even to their database. They cannot manipulate, and they can be on air on several fora and media, both international and local, to convince the world that they are going to do anything. They will not do anything that will frustrate Nigerians, and that will also undermine what we call electoral transparency and credibility in this part of the world. The gospel of INEC was received by Nigeria, because some of us were worried that look, Nigeria has not changed. That they say no, don't think that way. We want to change Nigeria, and people like us came out to convince. We went to the interior to also tell people, please let us have that mindset of the past. How people are embarrassed and even at the polling unit, come and vote. And like he has said, which I also know, 93 million people were registered voters in Nigeria. But what happened? I make all magic if the people are not honest. And that is the truth. And they say, BIVAS, nobody will manipulate BIVAS. It will give us anything you want. As you garbage in, you garbage out. And people, let me tell you, in the East Revelation, Nigerians paid sacrifice. So people had night vigil to access their polling units. I think you corrected. And said election will start by 8. Before 8, people were at the polling unit waiting for the electoral officer to appear. Mind you, what are you used to play out in 1999, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019? Play out in this 21st, also this advanced age of technology and science. Electoral material has also arrived late. I said to correct it because I monitored it despite being in the social report. INEC materials in Port Harcourt arrived Port Harcourt 8 o'clock, and it arrived in Port Harcourt, and I wonder those electoral materials on that even in Port Harcourt City. Was it complaining logistic that was complained by INEC Commission that they will read the election? They said they will transmit, and they preach to us, and we agreed that as the free voting election of each unit will be sent to the server. But what happened? Nigeria voted and voted. At the time to come after counting, I left the studio ran out. They were counting. It's the best election in the history of Nigeria. Nigerians coming out to vote. I don't know what happened in the 1973. I didn't know because I don't know anything. But now, Nigerians came out to vote, and they voted according to their choice or choices. But as about to what? To upload. What you hear was so unfortunate, so barbaric, so ridiculous. No vote. No network. The issue of election, it is the worst election in terms of result promised by INEC. And this is the highest time that we have full voters turnout. 25 million. I have the record here with me. 25 million.
Total vote, eh?
Yes, total vote, 25 million.
Out of 90.
Out of that, I have the paper here with me. In the district, even when they have 61 million voters in Nigeria, they didn't have 25 million voters.
40.
Even in 1999, at this so-called jet age that we can manipulate the button, just press the button, you can get information. What else are we expecting? So for me, this election is the device supposed to have checked electoral malpractice, but that has to be the way forward. The way forward is that, can we be honest for once? The machine cannot be above the operator.
That elections from the unit, the Senate results was uploaded, and it went.
They used to suspend the rep and the Senate code. Is it not the same ballot paper? Is it not one code you should have used to transmit all of them? Immediately you finish, you snap. That is to tell you that it's deliberate, extremely, very, very deliberate. Some of them, I'm told, did not. Why would we have different portals to upload them? Is it not the same elections? Now, presidential upload was not there. Some of the offline upload, and later the thing will go. Me and you know that what you put offline when your data is off, when you do offline, and delete that message will not go. That is what happened. They now went on Sunday. I am told that on Sunday, some of the SPOs and POs were called back, and they were not given the code, and they were not instructed to begin that every result that is doctored on your ballot paper and the ink just crosses the margin. That vote is invalid. It's the same thing with the result sheet. You don't alter result sheet. That is why if you alter your result sheet, your result wire, degree, NECO, it becomes a big problem. You don't erase, you don't add, you don't remove, you don't put anything on it. The same thing with INEC result. But most of them that we saw on the online, you will discover that some of them removed the zero in the front. What kind of you gambled us, you did us abracadabra, you did us the less you look, the more you see, you did us American wonder. So everybody went home thinking that their vote has counted, because in the field the vote counted. There was no violence all over Nigeria. It was calm from morning till evening. Maybe isolated incidents. That does not mean there was violence. Isolated incidences. All the places I went, there was no argument. Everybody, okay, come and snap, we snap. Come and take, we take. Come and do, we did. And everybody went home thinking that the thing had been uploaded. We didn't know that was their joker. The upload was their joker. That was what they used. That was their joker. That was how they removed the rocks from our legs, removed the carpet from our legs, ambushed Nigeria, took away. Goes around, comes around.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will see you come back.
Let's round it off here now as we join our correspondent who's on standby from Oyibo local government area, where Sophia Nanso is on standby. Sophia, let's take it off with you while listening to you.
Thank you, Mr. Abie Senibo. I'm Mrs. Sophia Nanso, the Como National Orientation Agency, Oyibo local government area. Today we are looking at the topic 25th February General Elections, a post-mortem. And to discuss this with me here, I have Mr. Osondu Wanko. You're welcome.
You're welcome, Anna. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. We would want to know your view about the preparations leading to the elections, to the general elections, the exercise proper, that is the presidential and National Assembly elections that took place on Saturday, and the aftermath. What is your view?
Thank you very much. There was this promise that this election would be conducted free and fair. Everything was done. There was proper mobilization, proper orientation. We were given information with a promise that our vote must count. You see the situation of the country, everybody, and they abandoned the beavers. So the outcome is something we don't want to talk about. Nigerians are annoyed. People are mobilizing to create problem. Nobody wanted this kind of age again, this kind of Tinubu's something. People said they never voted for him. If the beavers were able to upload everything that was done that day, we wouldn't have seen ourselves in this kind of mess now. This kind of mess. So we pray that God will see all of us through, because they said they are going on riot, going to create problem. So for now, the election was a sham. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your...
Thank you, Sophia Nonsodia, for that report. We can see the mood of the country. You know, when people talk, they're always, expressing their grievances in one direction. Now, my brother ENE-AWAJI, just before this election, every election is adjudged to be an improvement of the previous. There was some kind of improvement in the electoral process before this last one now. So, and the National Assembly that just election that just was just concluded.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. You were asking me about the company saying that the best. If we have the best.
No, I'm not talking about the best. Some kind of improvement.
There was no improvement.
Sorry, if there was no improvement, maintained it.
But 99 is even better than 2010.
Yes,
2003 better than 2007.
Yes.
2007 better than 2011. Better than 2022.
Hello.
This one is getting worse.
Hello.
It's not going up.
Sorry,
It's going down. Not worse. 99 is the best. 99 is still the best election.
comrades, no improvement. The issue is this overview of the world. Ukrainians are not suffering like Nigerians.
Presently, yes.
As I'm talking, they are poor, but they are not suffering like Nigerians who are not worried. You are buying your money. You are buying.
I was hospitalized. In fact, I've not even finished taking my treatment. I requested for food. There was no food. The woman that sells kiosks outside the hospital, I said, okay, the private hospital. I said, please, can you tell her to give me some Did you go for them? Did you go for them?
Let me say something. It's very unfunny. It's every day. Sorry, are you aware that in this country now, the government has made it that we have in our country? That is madness. See, no nation on earth that will begin to do this thing and will expect improvement even in their livelihood. There's no political evolution in Nigeria. Are you aware? There is no improvement. If we are evolved, we are in a cycle where what used to happen in the 1955 election is what is playing out in Nigeria, where people don't have hope. This paper was supposed to bring hope to Nigerians that as you vote, your vote will count. But the reverse is the case. So for me, if you ask me, there is no improvement. Let me also tell you, I have something here with me. See, let me tell you. Sorry, permit me to say this. In 1999, they have 58 registered voters.
58 million.
58 million registered voters. 30 million voted. Vote is a lawyer. But are we improving? We are not improving as a nation. We are going down. Everything is not working in Nigeria.
Thank you.
Until we send our mindset.
Thank you, Mr. ENE-AWAJI. At this point, we're going to open the telephone lines so that the viewers can have a second platform through which they can reach us. And the phone lines here, I'm going to read it out, and then it's on the screen. Please just look at the screen. You see the telephone line. Let me read it out. +234 9166 581 66 58 73 55. Please, when you call, your location and then go straight to the point. Please keep your conversation very civil, because this discussion is not about it's about reorientation, enlightenment, and sensitization. And so, please, we don't want any controversial issues from your responding. So, at this point, we're going to look at some messages here, because the messages are loads and loads of messages are coming in here from our viewers. Madam Blessing Jumbo, thank you for streaming live with us. It's good to know. Well done, crew members of NOA River State Dialogue. I'm streaming live with you. Thank you very much, Madam Blessing Jumbo. Yeah, this one is from Charity Good Child, streaming live from a local government. Thank you. It's very former Zimora. To the queue, just like a banking hall. So long as you're in the banking hall, no matter the time, you'll be attended to. And so, for that reason, some people voted up to 5, 6. It was yes, because they were in the queue before 2:30. What they do is that they send the security man to stay behind the last person, so that no other person enters, but every other person will be attended to. That's very correct. Thank you very much, Informer. Charles William, it's good to know that you're streaming live with us. Thank you very much. This one is from Rosemary Abbey Art. Our votes must count this time around, and our judges should adjudicate justice with the fear of God, truthfully, because the hand of God is upon this country, Nigeria, and He lit it. Thank you very much, Abihad. You've gone spiritual there, and then we can see some signs actually what is happening. Major disenfranchisement of the people was the talks, carrying away with the ballot boxes from the polls during the time of voting at Akpajo Eleme local government area. At this point, we're going to pause a little bit. I'm going to come back to the message. Let's just take this telephone call. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling from, sir.
Yes, my name is Young Ayotano.
Oh, sir, it's good to have you on board. Please, your
Nigeria, not just Nigerian youth alone. I think the Nigerian youth were heroes of Saturday. But at the end of the day, their interests have participated in that election appears to have been frustrated by institutional failure that is orchestrated by enlightened self-interest. I've said it against the background that NOA, civil society organization, and INEC taking the lead, particularly their voter education. We need us to believe their voter education at the national level, which cascaded down to the state and the local government areas, the electoral officers, made us to believe that BARR is going to be the game changer this time around, and that the results are going to be escalated through their IRF portal, that's the independent review portal. And at the end of the day, we did not see any of this. Nigerians came out to experience the worst equipment failure humanly orchestrated. Nigerians were treated to the worst disgrace ever. Because anything that Nigeria does, you can see that the international community is very much concerned about it. The rest today appears to be history. But this history must be properly situated. I must tell you that this history, we have to look at it and put it in proper perspective. And it is against this background that I believe that whatever that happened on Saturday, for the IRF, for the BARR machine, and every equipment not to work, it has to be interrogated. It is about Nigeria. It is about the image of Nigeria. Each one of us has equal rights with the next person. So we must work out means of interrogating what happened on Saturday. And all those that are found guilty in the process must be brought to book. We need independent interrogators to interrogate this process. Going forward, however, we must begin to look at the next election. Because that is the election that is closest to people. The local government, the governorship, and the River State. Not River State, they have to attend the elections nationwide. But here in River State, we are also going to vote to the 32%. So we need to look at that election. I have a feeling, maybe I'm being too optimistic, that this time around, the BARR and the IRF, that they will all work. I have that feeling. We must not give up. We must not give up as Nigerians on this matter.
Thank you, sir, for your contributions. They are well taken, sir. You see, while his contribution, there is something to take home. He said, yes, the process will be challenging, but not just that. We have to go beyond that level of the people who have connived to do this. Law will have to take its course.
They subject themselves. Then I cannot be talking about bringing them to book. Nobody will be brought to book. They can only be brought to book if they fall out with the government tomorrow. These same people themselves will bring themselves to book. That is how they behave. You know that before now. Now the court, I told you that the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, let them hear me, is a failure. You are a failure. Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, you are a failure in Nigeria. I'm saying so. I'm a lawyer practicing in Supreme Court. You are a failure when it comes to political. Then again, I also sympathize with you because of your position. You are controlled by the politicians. If we haven't, and nothing will happen to him, then we have judges with pictureable character. Is it not in this country that the Court of Appeal judge was removed because he refused to do some certain things? Is it not in this this country that the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of Nigeria was removed. Something the military couldn't do, something that the military never contemplated, something that the military never did. Under the military, we had judgments against government more than now. In Rivers State, the executive right to control the judges. I agree. But then you can resign and we will see you. He thought he resigned. We saw him. Justice Salami, we knew what happened to him in Nigeria. We saw what happened to him because of electoral matter. Judges get into problem because of electoral matter. Judges get a mess themselves with money and money say money no say because of electoral matter. It is only under the politicians, under Army never did it. Army broke into politicians' houses, broke into newspaper houses, broke into media houses. They never have messed up judges, reduced the Supreme Court. I am even talking like this because of the way you have reduced the Supreme Court. Before, I cannot talk. You have destroyed Nigeria. That is the problem. That is the people that we have as a problem.
Sir, thank you.
Destroy the military, you destroy politicians, you destroy the judiciary, House of Assembly, do they talk? Wait, I'm coming. House of Assembly. I don't hear them say anything again, both national and state. Everywhere. Politicians, especially the executive, they are the problems of Nigeria. From the people are going to come out, but I'm going to make an appeal to INEC. I agree with my learned friend what he just said, that people are going to come out, and people should come out. People are going to come out, but let me tell you, and that the beavers are going to work. Good. If you don't give them, you will indeed. They don't give you the code, and you test it and it's working. Don't come out, because I pity you. Because we are getting feelers of what people are waiting for. They are going to hold you down and you must transmit. And if you don't transmit, I don't know what will happen. Opinions, INEC, you must release the code to them. The beavers must work so that we will know for 23. Give them the code. Give them the code.
Thank you. INEC, please release the codes. Don't endanger the life of our coppers, our young ones who are going there to do this election job. In essential, it says some polling units did not vote on presidential election, like what 20 unit 29 in Abloma Made Ama. Please, INEC should ensure that something like that should not repeat itself on the level of March. Thank you for streaming. Like this one is from, okay, we have taken some from this. Begimo Williams, presidential and National Assembly election, has come and gone. INEC should do the needful to perfect their imperfection. Thank you, dear. This one is from Bridget German. Some citizens feel dissatisfied, with the outcome of the election because INEC disappointed some Nigerians, including me. I score INEC below average in the 25th February general election. Thank you for your listing there. Thank you. This one is from Peter Ekabie. Many observers have viewed the last election as a rape of democracy. Rape of democracy. Thank you for your comments there from Peter Ekabie. It's an INEC, the elections officials will not move until they transmit results. And so, please, working materials, and please don't use people you don't train all of this correction. So, let me come back to you. There are loads and loads of messages, loads of messages. God will help us to just talk. Now, would it be right to say, I promise I'm going to remind you that question.
I also remember.
Okay.
The issue is this.
I won't say that INEC used the viewers. Vote, and our vote will come clean. Not as you vote here, by the time you go to INEC headquarters, the vote cast at Unit A, which was 50, there will be 100. That will show suspicion. That was INEC decision to make us at least debate and accept the 2023 general elections result. That was. And Nigerians also believe that, yes, introduction, that there is no room for anybody to go home and sleep. And we're convinced, we even personally, like I said, there was sentence to prison, even the recent one, NDDC, with over billions and trillions of naira spent on NDDC. Even the report, have you seen the report? The so-called forensic, that is forensic report. Have you seen it? There's nobody has been prosecuted.
this administration is going, they will put in the cupboard. My concern is that our leaders should not be deceiving the common Nigerians. It's a threat to national development. Something will not be comfortable to all of us. Like I said, I was not born in the civil war. It's just a story I heard. Even now, Nigeria is not at war. We are suffering. That you see someone on the way, you break down houses, burn down houses. The INEC paper is a failure, but I pray, come 11th March, which is next week, they should not allow it to be a failure. They should help us and make the class to work. And I also need to use media to tell elected supporters
that is happening to the judiciary not working. They are talking about it.
It's correct. They say one Spanish newspaper has been Norwegian newspaper also of Nigeria. I saw it online. I don't know whether it's correct or not because the language was not in English, so I couldn't read it. But they said the people that interpreted said that it meant that the Nigeria has just elected the biggest drug baron. The man who is in back to back, the joke can win back to back. Anybody can win. That is the problem we have. So let's it INEC too. My advice to INEC. This is opportunity to redeem your image. This is opportunity to let Nigeria begin to like you small because your rating now is so that when Nigeria begin to see you, they say, okay. Nigerians can forget easily. They may even forget the presidential election if you do the next one well. That is what we are appealing. Let it be peaceful as they are finishing the voting. Uploading, we are seeing it. That your RF must work this time. I have told you, if it is Russians or Americans will use to bribe and to do all manner of things, call them and give them that money, pay them extra money. See that one day, please give Nigeria internet service 24 hours, just on the 11th till 15th morning. Just give to Nigeria to avoid trouble because this Nigeria belongs to me and you. If anything happens, I know you will run away. And when you run away, do you want to run away? You don't want to run away. I will say because I don't have anywhere to run to. Your family members are here. Your brothers are here. Your cousins are here. Let's not destroy it. If we have anything to do to make Nigeria better, INEC, this is the time you have to do it on the next election. For the court system, I don't believe the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal or the tribunal, whatever you call it, will do anything.
Thank you, sir. Let's hear viewers. We're wrapping it up now. Time is fast spent. When a topic like this are discussed, the time is not usually our friend. The time, flies. So viewers, it's on this note that we're going to wrap up today in the River State dialogue. I want to use this opportunity to thank everybody that streamed live. We could not take all because it is time bound. There's no way we can take all the messages that I saw in this that came in. It's time bound. But however, thank you. If we don't take your message today, we'll take it tomorrow. Thank you for your time. The people that are calling, thank you for calling in. I just want to also quickly thank guests in the studio, Mr. ENE-AWAJI. Thank you. You are more like a family member now. Thank you for honoring your presence. You're a very busy man indeed, but at short notice you're always there. But HIGHERKING, it's a pleasure. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate. We appreciate. I want to quickly also appreciate our national, the Director General of National Orientation Agency, who has given us this platform, and he is the executive producer. It might interest you to know that he is also the executive producer of the River State Dialogue, talking about another person than Dr. Gaba Abari. Sir, I know you watch. When you have time, you watch this program. Thank you very much for giving us this platform. I also want to appreciate our own Barrister Young. I am the State Director of National Orientation Agency, River State. You have worked tirelessly to make sure that this program stream back to back, Friday to Friday. From nothing, you have created something, and it's been running seamlessly. Thank you, sir. The crew behind this, making all these things happen now. I want to appreciate the HOD ICT. It is no other person than Mr. Arole Tembrix. Is the man behind the camera, making everything to happen with so much dedication and with so much passion. Sir, we appreciate, we thank you. I also want to, thank his assistant who is ably seated by him, You may not see them, but without them, you cannot actually watch this program. Yeah, Mrs. Ifoma Ezimora, thank you very, very much. Until we come your way next week, same day, which is Friday, and same time, which is 11 o'clock. Please, you have heard from us. Go out. This time the fevers will run. Don't lose faith in the country. Don't Japa. Japa is not an option because this is the place. This is your country. You don't have any other country. So go out and mass, go and vote and keep hope alive. Because the moment you lose hope, even you cannot help yourself and no other person can help you. My name is Abi Senemo. Please, but when you go out to vote, be very vigilant. Be your own chief security officer. Thank you and God bless you.